So you're gonna eat this pepper, and then we're gonna continue to talk.
You gotta do
Correct.
it to the whole
stuff.
stem.
Yeah,
I do. I have to do the whole thing.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
And you
Yeah,
can't
I can.
Okay.
Can I do it?
Yeah. Eat
Okay.
it. Okay, here he goes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, we got to see you swallow it before we move on.
It's hot.
Got to
It
see you
smells
swallow
hot.
it. Does it? This is the Boys Down Bad podcast. Back with another week. Two-man pod for a little bit today.
Yep.
Chris will be joining later. Talk about some college basketball. But we've got an awesome interview today with Isaiah McMorris, football/basketball star from Bellevue West. He's a stud. Hasn't committed yet. Maybe he'll come to Nebraska.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe tune in at the end.
Yeah. So tune in at the end of this episode for our interview with him. Awesome kid. Awesome interview. Some more housekeeping. Once again, No Block, No Rock podcast is putting out the Nebraska Podcast Awards. We have been nominated. We would love if you guys would go vote for us.
Yeah.
We're going to put the link in the description. We're going for, what are the three?
Best guest, Bet Your Mortgage, and
Newcomer?
New Kids on the Block.
New Kids on the Block. So if you could vote for us for those three, that would be awesome. We'd really appreciate it. But yeah, we're just going to jump right into the down bads this week.
Yep. Not a ton of football.
Not a ton of football. We are going to cover a little bit of the NFL because there's been some crazy free agent stuff that we haven't gotten a chance to talk about. But let's start with the down bads. Peters, what do you got?
Yeah, my down bad is Frank the Tank and any Mets fans out there because Edwin Diaz is probably out for the year.
Yeah. Do we know what his injury is for sure?
Torn patella tendon.
Okay, that's not good.
And I think the worst part is the World Baseball Classic's going on. Mm-hmm. I really didn't care until probably today.
Yeah.
Because I found out we were in the championship today.
Yep.
So obviously I'm all in now.
All in on USA.
But didn't really care. The thing is he was celebrating the win, and that's how he got hurt.
He wasn't even playing.
Yeah. I don't...
he was playing, but it wasn't
he
like
was closing.
Yes, but it wasn't
it wasn't an in-game injury.
In-game injury. He was celebrating, probably jumped up and down, fell weird.
Yeah. And then you just are probably out for the year. And the Mets are in win now mode.
Yep.
And now you don't have a closer. So
that's really tough.
Yeah, and like USA, like none of our pitchers are even there. Like we didn't even send most of them.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I think pitchers and catchers have already reported, so
yep,
we're kind of doing it with a limited rotation right now. But
I think the World Baseball Classic used to be a lot bigger. Like I was really big into it. I don't know what year that was. When we
4
were
years
sophomores in college, I think.
Yeah, when it was in like L.A.
Yeah, that was electric. I liked watching that. But it's a risk that these guys take going to play. Obviously, you could get hurt.
Yeah.
And I am curious what, these organizations think of it before their guys agree to do it.
I think, one, the timing of it is bad because it's right in the middle of March Madness. Like, at most, obviously I think other countries care about it a lot more. Mm-hmm. But when it's in the middle of March Madness, you're not going to get as many. It still gets a lot of views.
Yep.
But, I mean, I just can't. When we're trying to dodge bullets with, end of the game, we need this shot to go in. We need this one to go out. We need this guy to make a dunk.
Yep.
We just can't be watching the World Baseball Classic.
No, it is pretty bad timing for it. I agree. And
there's just not a ton of like history behind it. I think, and it's with any tournament, like there's no history until there is.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Where it's still, I don't think it's like new, but it's newer.
Yep.
And I think timing, I can't remember who I heard talking about. If this was like, if they did a longer All-Star break in the MLB and you did like a 2-week All-Star break and you did it during that, where like you can kind of take out like the festivities. Like you don't.
Yeah.
You could still do like the home run derby. You just take out the All-Star game, but you do World Baseball Classic. Everybody's in baseball mode.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's a lot of games to do during the break, but I mean they've done it in 2 weeks, so you could probably condense it down.
I wonder if players would be a little more hesitant to do it during this season, though. I feel like for injury, you think you tweak something, you might be out for a little bit of the season, but if you tweak it in the off season, you have a little bit of time to recover.
That's true. Or if you did it like right after the World Series, but
I think that would be.
But then there's college football and NFL.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
There's not a great time to do it. I think the best time would be right after the season, because then obviously you're still going up against football, but
it's not like play super important football.
Yeah, you can play it during the week.
Yeah.
And people will tune in.
True.
And I mean, you put it on whatever network you can get on. I don't know. It's just, I think, is it every year or is it every
couple? I don't think it's every year.
Maybe like check back in
5
or 10 years, and maybe it's a big deal. Like maybe it's like the World Cup, or maybe it's just like doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but the Mets, that's tough. Losing one of your guys,
especially when their pitchers have just had injury problems.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's killed them all.
Hate to see it. Yeah, like you said, they're in win now mode.
Yeah,
and one of their guys goes down.
Yeah, can't be.
That's tough. They're definitely down bad.
Yeah,
and feel for Frank because.
Don't think he won any bets this weekend.
Yeah,
which. He's never won a scratch off. So
yeah.
Not super surprising.
My down bad is just an easy one, Purdue.
Yeah.
I knew Purdue wasn't good, and I knew they were going to lose very early in this tournament. I didn't think it would be to a 16 seed.
No.
With Fairleigh Dickinson. FDU's coach did come out and say after they won their play-in game that they think they could beat Purdue. Yeah. So it was pretty cool to see them follow up with that.
Said the more I watch Purdue's film, the more I think I can beat him, which is very ballsy to say.
As a 16 seed, when only one has ever beat a 1 seed before.
Yeah. My favorite quote of all of the first 4 days was Portnoy saying, "We're too small for Purdue." Talking about Fairleigh Dickinson, how we're too small, we're too fast, which... I was listening to the Mark Titus show, and it makes sense because they just swarm Edie.
Yeah, that's all they had to do.
Watching Purdue, they were scared to shoot the ball.
Yeah.
When it was down the stretch, I was and Purdue was they needed to shoot. I was watching it, and I'm just so confident that Purdue can't come back. No one wants to shoot the ball.
Yeah, it 100% was that they did not want to shoot. And it was tough to watch. I loved watching it. I was at the casino in Council Bluffs during the games, and this guy next to me said he had, what was it, $10 to win close to $1,000.
Yeah, I think they were plus $1,400.
Yeah, so he threw a little bit on the money line, and he was going crazy. I was like, that's why you do it right there.
I think I saw Portnoy's bet slip was $5,000 to win 60.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I think it's gonna happen more and more. The craziest part of this whole thing is Fairleigh Dickinson shouldn't have been in the tournament.
Yes.
Because they didn't win their conference, but Merrimack isn't eligible.
Yep, that's true.
Which that NCAA just makes no sense. I completely am 100% on board with the 3-year window if you're transferring down. If you were Division I, you're going to Division II, because a lot of those guys are still there.
Yeah.
So you could just bully ball a Division II team.
100%, yeah.
But if you're going up, it's clearly not a health concern. It's not these guys aren't good. If they're winning their conference,
why can't they go?
Yeah. Obviously they probably shouldn't get an at-large. But
yeah, like you said, I think we're going to start seeing it a lot more, because it was kind of we needed the first domino to fall, because we had Virginia going down to
UMBC.
Once that happened, then a couple of 15 seeds have won. St. Peter's last year.
Yeah.
Fairleigh Dickinson this year. So it seems like the 15s and 16s just needed to see
one go in.
See one go in.
I
get
think
the confidence like, hey, this can happen.
I think also it helps with recruiting because a lot of these kids probably have, if your one or two Division I offers are Fairleigh Dickinson, UMBC. I mean, UMBC is not in like a horrible conference, like a Fairleigh Dickinson, a Merrimack.
Yep.
Where that's your only D1 offer, and then you've got 10 D2 offers.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like in the past when 15, like a 15 and a 16 seed were automatic losers, didn't matter, what the spread was, you take the one or the two.
Yep.
But now some of these guys see that, maybe we get to the tournament, maybe we, have a huge upset, and like that's your legacy at that point.
Yeah.
If you're on Fairleigh Dickinson and you just beat Purdue, like you're set career-wise. Like,
you're going to be remembered forever.
Yeah, because, I mean, more than likely you're not going to the league from Fairleigh Dickinson. You're probably going to – a lot of those guys are going to transfer, especially with their coach leaving.
Right.
But it's an automatic legacy where, maybe you take a small D1 offer instead of a big D2 offer and just kind of see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. So it's fun. It makes the tournament a lot more fun to watch. So it's good. All right. Chris is here.
Yeah.
How's it going,
Hi.
Chris?
It's going good. Yeah.
You talk me through this because I don't really know what's going on.
The pepper?
Yeah.
Okay, so at the beginning of the so all my coworkers talk about how bad Nebraska basketball is, and I'm like the only, like, every year I'm like, we're going to make the tournament.
Yeah.
So I always make bets with them. Like, so one coworker's like, I'll make a bet with you. And I said, okay, I'll eat a pepper of your choice if they don't make the tournament. And if they did make the tournament, he had to do the one chip challenge.
Okay.
So
and talk on the podcast with it.
Yeah. And so if they did make the tournament, I had to do it on the podcast because he's a fan. His name's Denny.
Shout out Denny.
Shout out Denny.
Love it. What kind of pepper is this?
I do not know. He said it on my desk at work and said, have a good time.
Why didn't you guys both just do like the one chip challenge is my question.
Because
you might have like died on this podcast.
So we
if you
did
did the one chip.
So the odds of Nebraska making the tournament were less.
Okay.
So like my
sense.
punishment was less than what his was going to be.
That's fair.
So that's why we did it.
So you're gonna eat this pepper and then we're gonna continue to talk.
You got to do
Correct.
it to the whole
stuff.
stem.
Yeah,
I do. I have to do the whole thing.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
And you
Yeah,
can't
I can.
Okay.
Can I do it?
Yeah. Eat
Okay.
it. Okay, here he goes. Initial thoughts.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, we got to see you swallow it before we move on.
It's hot.
Got to
It
see you
smells
swallow
hot.
it. Does it? His eyes are watering a little bit. He's coughing. Might throw up.
Holy cow.
No water.
I really want to know what kind of pepper this was. Is it down?
Now it is.
Okay, so we're gonna continue with the pod, and hopefully Chris makes it through. I don't know. We'll see.
Jesus, Denny. He texted me. He's like, it won't be that bad.
It's
pretty hot.
He can barely talk. Oh, this is awesome. All right, we're gonna talk about the NFL. There's a lot of free agency moves that have happened since we have last talked about it. Obviously, Rodgers. It's not official yet, but he said on the Pat McAfee show he intends to go to the Jets.
Which really means nothing.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much a done deal, but they gotta figure out the negotiations. He's not going back to Green Bay, that's for sure.
I can't tell who played their hand because like the GM for the Packers had said previously, like basically talking about Aaron Rodgers in the past tense.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if the Packers played their hand poorly there or if the Jets played their hand poorly.
Yeah, what do you think, Chris?
Yeah. I think it's bad by the Packers, honestly. Like, just let him walk. Like,
Yeah.
they're like holding him back. What?
like
You're just like
crying.
trembling.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Don't touch your eyes.
Yeah, do not touch your eyes.
My mouth is on fire.
It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Because I'm guessing they're just gonna have to give up picks for him.
I like the
Yeah.
move for the Jets, though.
Yeah, they're going to be a contender.
Good
Yeah.
defense.
Great
Young wide
defense.
receivers.
Young wideouts. They got Alan Lazard. Rodgers. He talked about it, but he didn't have a laundry list, but he kind of had a laundry list of guys he wants to come. Which
Yeah.
is, I mean, that's understandable. A vet going to a place with a bunch of young guys, just to set the locker room tone. I think it's good to have a couple older guys that have been with him. But there have been a bunch of moves that have happened, and we can't talk about them all, but I just want to hit each one. You guys are going to tell me if it's a good or bad move.
Okay.
Maybe for the player or for the team. Either
Okay.
one. So, Bears traded the first pick for
Good.
first round pick this year, first round pick next year, a second rounder next year,
I think so.
and DJ Moore,
I think they got.
And I think they got like a fourth round pick, too.
and a fourth round pick. Great move for the Bears, I think.
Good. Bad for the Panthers.
Bad.
Fleeced.
Very good.
Got fleeced. Waller to the Giants.
Good.
That was a big
I think it's
move.
good.
Great for the Giants. I think he'll make
I
a
think good
difference.
for both.
Yeah. Samaje Perine to the Broncos. That was one I saw today I didn't know.
He's just going to be like a
Indifferent.
backup.
Yeah.
So I don't really see
Yeah.
him having an impact.
When he got his shot in at the Bengals, he played pretty well, but he'll be a backup. Let's see, Carr to the Saints. I think we've talked about it, but I don't know.
I think they'll probably be winner of that division
Yeah.
with him.
Yeah.
I mean, their defense is good.
Got Baker with the Bucks.
I might.
That's another one. Baker with the Bucks.
Good.
Good?
Both.
You think so?
Bad.
That division's so bad. Like,
Yeah, but Baker is not good.
but he's good. He's easily the best quarterback in the division now. So you can't say it's a bad move by the Panthers, or not the Panthers, the Bucks.
Yeah.
Because
I
who
guess
else
so.
are you gonna get? Because that happened after the first pick was gone,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody that needs a quarterback is gonna trade out of being able to get a quarterback. So
Right.
you're not gonna draft somebody
Yeah.
unless you're gonna draft like Stetson Bennett.
Yeah.
Which they could, honestly.
They could, yeah.
They're going to be low enough where they could.
Yeah. Jalen Ramsey to the Dolphins. That was a big one. I think.
They're going to have good. They're going to have good cornerbacks now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good move by the Rams.
Yep.
Although I wish they would have got more. They only got like a fourth round
Yeah.
pick and a tight end.
Totally forgot about that.
But I guess
At
he's
least.
getting older, and he has a huge contract, so they
Mhm.
probably had a hard time dealing him.
Yeah. Mariota to the Eagles.
Good for him. Okay for the franchise.
Solid backup.
I mean,
Yeah.
him and Hurts kind of have the same style, like
Yeah.
running quarterback. So
I think it's a great move for the Eagles.
if Hurts would get hurt, like Mariota can just step in,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and they have weapons already. So
Yeah. Heineke to the Falcons.
Good
He's
for him. I think
they're
he
gonna
got
draft
paid.
the guy, right?
I don't think so.
Are they gonna roll with Heineke?
I think
Probably.
so, and maybe getting the Caleb Williams stakes next year.
Yeah,
Maybe
they
Yeah.
could do that. That's a good idea. Yeah,
Maybe
he
Lamar.
got paid.
maybe Lamar
Yeah, we should talk
next
about
year.
Lamar. He got the non-exclusive,
Which is
franchise
basically
tag.
like makes it even harder for teams to go get him because
Yeah.
like any
You have to
offer
give
that-
up a. So the Ravens can match any offer.
yeah,
Mhm.
so it's like why would you? They know the Ravens are going to match any offer, so like why would you even try?
Unless they don't. They're playing the cards where they just don't think anyone's gonna offer.
They
I
could be
think-
doing that'd be smart.
I think Lamar really screwed himself by not having an agent. He
Yeah.
does not have an agent.
Yeah.
Because, one, he couldn't be, like, talking to these teams.
Mhm.
Obviously, like, there's a dead period where you can't, agents aren't supposed to be talking either, but I'm sure agent talks to somebody else's agent who talks to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But,
And he doesn't seem like the brightest guy.
No.
so if the teams don't take, if the Ravens don't match it, it's 2 firsts that they have to give up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
But-
you're already giving up a
Is
lot.
it just 2 picks for it, or is it
I think it's
2
2 firsts.
yeah 2 firsts and then plus they have to,
Plus
to
the
match
deal.
a contract? plus the deal.
Yeah.
that they
So you're
have.
giving up
Yeah.
a ton of money and 2 of your future
Yeah.
draft picks.
Here's
So, like,
my thing.
It's impossible that no team's going to do that.
If you're a borderline contender, so who's somebody that could contend for a division?
Miami.
Miami.
Okay, so you're Miami. If you roll the dice and say we're going to go after Lamar, obviously you don't need to because you have Tua, but
Tua's 1 concussion away from dying.
yeah. So you roll the
True.
dice. You say, here's all this money. We know the Ravens aren't going to match it. We have to give up 2 firsts. The thing is, if you get Lamar and you're already a borderline contender, those firsts aren't going to matter.
They're going to be late first rounders.
Because-
which is
True.
just gonna, yeah.
True.
Like,
So
obviously.
they're going to be like 25th overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, if you have to give Lamar a huge contract and give up 2 firsts, is it the end of the world? Because your thought process has to be, especially with the Dolphins, you're thinking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you're thinking, okay, we give up 2 firsts, we have to match, we have to give him a huge contract to where the Ravens won't match.
Mhm.
But ideally, we're going to have 25 to 32.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
So-
is maybe why the Falcons aren't doing it, because
They need
they may
more.
not be. I mean, even with Lamar, their team's still not great.
Yeah.
They'll be okay,
I
but
wonder. That's a good point that you bring up because, say, how was I think? So, if a team that isn't very good
goes all in on
goes
Lamar,
all in on Lamar,
and then they're still bad.
that would be when the Ravens would let them go.
correct, because they
Him
want
go.
their picks.
But if a good team comes for Lamar,
Then you just match it.
then you match it. That's probably
Because,
what
like,
they're doing.
if you're the
Yeah.
if the Dolphins want to take him, you're like, we'll match whatever
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
But if the Falcons come, it's like,
Yeah.
well, we can offload all of this contract. We're gonna get picks anyway because then you have 3 firsts. You'll have 2 firsts for 2 years. I mean, you can trade those if you're the Ravens if you play your cards right,
Mhm.
unless you're gonna go in on like a Caleb Williams next year, which
Yeah.
I don't know. I think picks, if you're a borderline or a Super Bowl contender, your first round picks don't really matter.
Yeah.
You can give them
Yeah.
because that's what like the Rams did. They gave up all their picks. They sold out for a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They
Obviously,
did
That's
it.
true.
It
They
didn't
did it.
help out this year as much.
Then they'll get Caleb Williams next year, so it's fine.
Yeah.
There
So
you
I
go.
think Dolphins go all in
Yeah.
because it doesn't
That's a
seem
good
like the Ravens
point.
want to match either. Like they don't because I think Lamar wants a lot of it guaranteed.
Yes.
Which he's not going to get guaranteed money with
He's
how
not
much
gonna
he's been
get a
injured the last
Deshaun.
2 years. Like, he's been injured in the last 2 years when they've gone to the playoffs
Yeah.
and hasn't played.
Yep.
No team's going to risk giving him $200 million guaranteed when he may get hurt with how much he runs.
Yeah.
I can think of a team that would.
Who?
Dallas.
They're not gonna. They're not.
No,
They're not gonna part ways with that.
Dak's too good. Dak's
Well,
good enough to
I-
lead him to a Super Bowl. He is.
Is he?
They just
I
got
don't
a
know,
good
it's-
second
yeah.
wide receiver, Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks and Stephon Gilmore. Those were two
Two good pickups.
pretty good pickups. I think they need a bigger wideout.
D-Hop.
That would be awesome. If they get D Hop, I'm all in. I'm all
I mean,
in anyway. But
Look
I'm
at their
more
team
on.
last year. They were just as good as the Niners. And who was their number 1 wide receiver? CeeDee Lamb?
Yeah.
He's not a number 1.
They had,
He's a nice number 2 slot guy.
yeah. You need a big guy.
And Dak still got him that far. I mean, if he has wide receivers, he'll be fine.
And
And they got rid of Zeke.
That
so
Niners
that's
game
good
is
too.
completely different if Tony Pollard doesn't get hurt.
Correct.
So
And they got rid of Zeke now, so it's fine.
yeah,
They'll be better.
They just signed Ronald Jones yesterday. I saw.
And he
It's the
can be
backup.
good.
Sure.
Good backup.
Who else we got? Jimmy G to the Raiders, along with Jacoby Myers. Full circle moment there. He'll
He'll be helping the Raiders again.
The walk-off lateral interception against the Raiders.
That.
Thielen to the Panthers.
Good for the
Good
Panthers.
for the Panthers.
I don't.
Who to the
really
Panthers?
Thielen.
Adam Thielen.
Thielen and Miles Sanders.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did get Miles Sanders. I didn't write that one down. Also saw Jamal Williams went to the Saints. That's a pretty good get
Yeah.
for them. Colts signed Gardner Minshew. I know they're probably still going to draft a quarterback, but
I saw.
backup.
Did you see their mock draft? Will Levis
Yeah, Will
for
Levis.
Indianapolis.
Will Levis.
Peters likes that.
They're just gonna
Next
load
Andrew
up-
Luck.
They're gonna look. No. That's
what
disrespectful.
That's what
Andrew
Colts are
Luck.
thinking.
And then Gesicki and Juju to the Patriots.
Juju.
He's a Super Bowl champ.
Yeah, I
I think
guess.
that's good for. It's not great for Juju, I don't think, because you're leaving.
You're leaving Mahomes for Mac Jones or Zappy.
The thing is,
he like loves Belichick though. Him and
Yeah.
they're like homies.
yeah, the thing with like,
It's good for Gesicki.
Yeah.
yeah,
Patriots love throwing to tight ends.
Mm-hmm. He didn't do
anything.
with the Dolphins
No.
aside from that 1 year where he was
Yeah.
really good. But that's all I got.
yeah.
Is that all of them? Yeah.
I think so. I don't think I missed anyone. But yeah, NFL free agency is fascinating for me to watch.
Yeah. I feel like this year I've seen more people like get released and dropped
Mm-hmm.
because of salary cap more than any other year. Like I see on Twitter, like this guy got released. I'm like, he's good,
Yeah.
and they're releasing him.
Yeah. It'll be a lot of new faces next year on teams.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little college basketball. When this comes out, we'll be on Sweet 16 games
Yep.
Yep.
because they start Thursday, Friday. We're
Thursday,
recording
Friday.
on Tuesday.
Yep.
But let's recap a couple big moments that happened over the weekend. We talked about it earlier, but FDU over Purdue. Awesome.
What the heck was Purdue doing?
Purdue sucks.
They're not good.
No,
Zach
but-
Edey confirmed not good.
No. They just had to press them.
The tallest team against the smallest team in the country, and
Mhm.
It doesn't matter when you're scared to shoot, though.
they should have. Zach Edey should have got the ball every time and scored 40 points.
Did you win that bet you had with, was it with Clay?
No, it was with Keaton. Nope,
Keaton.
he did not score over 33 points.
I knew they were, I said it earlier, but I knew they were going to go out early. I didn't think it would be first round.
No,
Tough scene.
just goes to show if you believe you can do it.
Exactly. That's what we were talking about. The 15 and 16 seeds just needed to see it happen.
Yeah.
So, speaking of 15 seeds, Princeton handling Arizona and Missouri.
Now Creighton gets to play him.
Now Creighton.
Sheesh.
It's great for Alabama.
Alabama should have a walk to the Final
Yeah.
Four.
Unfortunately. K-State was awesome. I love K-State. They're my favorite team in the tournament.
I was
Francis
wrong on
Noel
them.
was a
I was
stud.
wrong. I thought they
love
were not
K-State.
good. And
They're just so athletic. They're the most athletic team I've seen in a long time,
yeah.
and they're fun to watch.
Yeah.
Furman over Virginia. We had that one
Yep.
on that crazy last second three.
Shout out Kihei Clark.
Yeah. That was
Hope he's still alive.
one of the worst plays I've ever seen, I think.
Out of a senior guard,
Just hucked
you
it
have a
across the court.
timeout. You
Yeah.
Did
just-
they? I don't think he knew they had a timeout. That was the only thing.
I know,
that-
but
yeah, that was
even
the
being
only
a
thing.
senior, you got to know that. Like
Yeah.
if it was a freshman guard didn't know he had timeout, okay, fine.
Mhm.
But like senior guard, you've won a national championship. To do that in that situation is just
Terrible.
That was
unexplainable.
I feel bad for him, but we had Furman, so
My
Yeah.
only
Yeah.
thought was
Furman ML.
yeah.
he didn't think they had a timeout. But also,
It's gotta be.
Junior Bucks, we ran that play perfectly in high school.
We did.
The problem is he threw it. Obviously, like you can't just hold it forever, but he threw it with just a ton of time.
Mm-hmm.
And he also just threw it to the middle of the court.
He didn't throw it high either. If you're gonna do that, you got to throw it to the rafters.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
hope it takes a long time to come down.
Yes.
That was
Brutal.
a Clay Rathman
But he's not the
special.
tallest guy either. So
No. Bama looks good. We talked
Bama
about it.
looks
They
good.
do have a cakewalk. You know.
And Brandon Miller's like not playing well right now.
yeah,
No.
I think
I think
is he
he's hurt.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
groin injury in the SEC tournament
Mm-hmm.
came out after he scored 0 in the first game. But
Yep.
So maybe he's not actually hurt. It was just we want to make an excuse for
Yeah.
he didn't score against a 16.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep. One of the biggest surprises to me was Tennessee absolutely handled Duke.
Yeah.
That game, they got bullied in that game.
They
It
just weren't
was-
physical enough.
No. it
Tennessee
was-
is big, and they play defense. Like their
Yeah.
defense is incredible.
Vescovi had his legacy game.
He did have a game.
Jeez, just did not miss.
I mean, they're
Um,
probably gonna make it to the Final Four. I mean,
So who do they?
they
They have
play
FAU.
Florida Atlantic. They'll beat them, and then Michigan State or K-State. I mean,
They won't be K-State.
That would be a good matchup because
It would.
K-State's athletic, but Tennessee plays really good defense, and Tennessee's big.
They are
big and physical.
Who's that big dude?
Plotchitz or something.
Plotchit, yeah.
He gets a flagrant foul every game I watch.
Does. He does.
He's just throwing people around.
Creighton.
I hate to say it, they looked pretty good against Baylor.
They did. They didn't
Yeah.
look great against NC State,
No.
but they looked really good. They've got who they?
Princeton.
Princeton, yeah.
I think that kind of helped. Like, they knew if they beat Baylor, okay, we have Princeton.
Yeah.
We can get to the Elite Eight and then have a chance at the Final Four.
Yeah. So
Like, if Arizona was there, they still have motivation, but it's like,
it's gonna be tough. Yeah.
it's going to be tougher than if we play Princeton.
Good for them, I
Go
guess.
Princeton, though.
Yeah, go Princeton. I'll be rooting for Princeton.
Yeah.
The Big Ten sucks, except for Michigan State. It's Izzo. He's Mr. March.
Yeah.
I don't know. That team is not good. I still don't think they're good.
Who do they play?
K-State.
K-State.
Yeah,
They're
should
favored
get-
by 2.
I know. That line is crazy to me. They're probably gonna win.
Michigan State plays defense, and they can shoot. They didn't shoot well against
K-State.
Marquette, but
ML.
K-State ML.
Probably for anything you have.
wow.
Kidding. Responsibly.
And then
Houston and Texas look pretty good in their bracket.
Houston, Texas looks good. He's
Sasser.
Auburn was up 10 at half, just choked.
Houston won the second half by 27.
Auburn made 4 field goals
Yeah.
in the second half.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
talk
you
about a
can't do
choke
that.
show.
Yeah.
I had Auburn
Yeah.
in that. Arkansas beat Kansas.
Kansas
Yeah.
choked.
Musselman
Problem
took
is
off his shirt.
they didn't have Self. I feel like that's
If Bill Self was there, I think they win the game.
Yeah.
it's just such a it's a distraction in like the worst way. Like there's distractions that like are obvious, like it's just like a stupid thing.
Yeah.
This is like a distraction where it like makes sense why people aren't focused on the game. Like your coach is not doing well.
And it doesn't matter how good of assistant coaches you have. It's just not the same when
No.
they're coaching the team compared to the guy you've had
Yeah.
for a long time.
100%. It's tough. Tough scene. Good for Arkansas, though. I like Musselman. He's crazy, but
Yeah.
He
It's
likes
kinda
to
fun
take
to
his
watch.
shirt off a lot.
yeah.
Like they showed after he did that, like a montage of all the events where he's taking his shirt off.
Mhm.
He does it a lot.
Yeah.
You don't see coaches do that.
No.
But that's all I had written down. Other stories, UConn.
UConn's pretty
looks
good.
good.
They're playing good. UCLA and Gonzaga will be a good matchup
That would
on.
be a great game.
I think it's Friday. Well, I think it's Thursday
I think
night.
it's Thursday, yeah.
That'll be a good one.
That'll be a fun one. Unreal cover by TCU.
Yeah.
Late night.
0.7 seconds left. Hucks up 3,
I had TCU plus 4.5.
hypothetically.
Hypothetically.
Good for you.
Usually
didn't
I'm on
have
the wrong side of
Yeah,
those, so
yeah,
it
yeah.
felt really good to
I was
be
at
over.
Council Bluffs this weekend, placed some sports betting wagers, and I think I lost 4 of them by either a half a point or 1 point.
Yeah.
It's just
It's
It
just
sucks.
demoralizing.
it really
After
is.
it stacks up, you get
Mhm.
4 in a row, and you're like, when can one of these go my way
Exactly.
for one time?
Exactly. It's tough, but best time of year. It was an awesome
Those-
4 days.
Yeah. Those 4 days are just nonstop
Mm-hmm.
basketball.
Nothing better than we had a nice setup at your house.
We did. Nice 4 TV setup.
4 TV setup, and
Every game was on.
it was awesome.
You have any updated champion? Who did you thought UCLA was going to win, right?
Yeah, earlier, and then
When we
they had another
talked
guy get
about it
hurt, right?
Yeah.
That-
I think
that's
he just sprained his ankle. I think he'll
Okay.
be back, but
Yeah, I like UCLA. I really like Texas. They were my pick in my brackets.
yeah.
UCLA, Texas. I hope Bama doesn't win, but they could easily.
Yeah.
I'd kind of like to see Gonzaga make a run, just
Yeah.
for fun.
Timmy.
Timmy
No.
Turner. You don't
They're-
like Timmy Turner?
No. Their coach has
Timmy's a good guy.
just look into Mark Few's background. If you think Nate Oates is a bad guy.
Yeah. But yeah, should be fun. Sweet 16 this weekend. And then
And then the Elite Eight,
is the
Saturday,
lead out?
Sunday.
It is Saturday, Sunday? Okay.
Yeah.
Bama. Roll Tide.
Whatever.
They're too good.
Let's move into the roulette spin for the week. Do we have numbers?
Did we get Trevin's number?
Did we get Trevin's number?
No.
We can get him on the horn.
Yeah, get him on the horn.
We got you on 24.
17.
I'm gonna go 7.
7.
What are we up to?
I think 65.
65 each? Holy cow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This.
That's when he starts getting a little nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, are we ready?
Yep.
Come on, 17.
Come on.
7.
24. Child to pay.
Where is 17? There she is. 17. 20.
24?
Oh my god. No way.
Got a child to pay for.
Peters gets the 24. That
Oh.
sucks.
That's for the child.
That sucks. He does have a kid to pay for. Trevin is.
Oh my.
He's down.
Stupid kid.
24.
Wow. Electric.
That's $65.
Planning on that tonight.
You don't think about losing it until it happens,
I
and then it's
know.
like,
Wow.
uh,
Okay. Well, that sucks. Good for you, man, I guess.
Thanks. Pot
You
resets next.
feel good about that?
I do.
Yeah.
I got the tax call, so I do
Mm.
feel good about it.
Damn it. Okay. Oh, well, thanks, Trevin. Sorry about that. Yep.
See ya.
keep grinding on those taxes.
Wow.
Shoot. Well,
Gosh, that was kind of demoralizing, actually, seeing that actually happen.
yeah.
Yeah.
You losing hypothetical sports betting over the weekend, and now this.
Yeah, that's classic.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Whatever.
Well, enjoy the interview with Isaiah McMorris. Fantastic interview. Talk a lot about high school basketball, high school football, what he's thinking about for college, what he's looking at, schools. Great interview. Check it out now. This is the Boys Down Bad podcast, and we are super excited to welcome on 3-star wide receiver Isaiah McMorris to the pod. Isaiah, welcome on, man.
Thank you.
Absolutely. We appreciate it. So we wanted to start by, first of all, congratulating you on winning your 3rd straight Nebraska Class A state basketball title. So congrats, man. That's impressive.
Appreciate it.
Are you going for 4? You think you'll get it?
Yeah, I'm going for 4. Yeah, I think we'll get it next year. Yeah.
Yeah, you bet. We love it. So growing up, what was your dream? Was it basketball or was it football?
Growing up, my dream was basketball for sure. But after like my freshman year, I knew like basketball wasn't really going to be like how football is. So I just had to take over with football.
Yeah. So you going full football? Is there any thought in your mind you might want to play basketball down the road?
Yeah, just straight football.
Straight football. All right, we love to hear it. So you started at Millard North, and you won 2 basketball titles there before transferring to Bellevue West. Is that right?
Yes.
How did that process go, and why did you decide to transfer?
Yeah, so the process of freshman year, I didn't play, but I suited because like we had Hunter, Saint, like Jaden Johnson, and then sophomore year I played a lot, so I really contributed that year. But the reason that I transferred to Bellevue West is because like I wanted to play receiver, and like at Millard North football there is like triple option, so I knew I wasn't really gonna get recruited for receiver, so I had to make that move.
Yeah.
Yeah, so kind of going off 3 state titles, is there one that really sticks out that really like means the most, or you got 3? Is there one that kind of means the most to you?
I say this last one. Now, I think my sophomore year one meant a lot, just because like a lot of people like doubted us because like we didn't have Hunter or the players like those guys, so everybody thought like it was gonna be like a down drop, but like we really had to lock in. We won. So yeah, I think that one stands out to me the most.
So you're the one that you're talking about, the sophomore year championship. Didn't you guys beat Bellevue West in the championship?
We did. Yep.
What was it like going to the school that you just beat in the state title?
Yeah, it was like when I first transferred, like everybody was like, "Didn't you play Bellevue West last year at the championship?" I was like, "Yeah, I did." So like it was kind of weird because like I was playing like against the players that I just beat, but like like a lot of them was my already my friends, so it wasn't that weird. So
Good. That's awesome. So
yeah.
let's talk a little bit about football. So you haven't committed yet. You're still in that process. But what has the recruiting process been like for you so far? Are you loving it?
Yeah, it's been really good. Like freshman sophomore year, I wasn't really getting recruited, so like it's kind of like new to me. So I'm just like taking it all in. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. Can you so you've gotten to visit a lot of really cool schools. Can you take us through like what typically happens at a college football visit at the D1 level?
Yeah, so like once you get there, you get greeted by like all the coaches, and then like you usually have to like check in and stuff, and then like you might eat a little bit, and then like they have you like tour like the facilities like with like their player development people, and then depending on like how like what other things they have you do, like you might like go on like a meeting with like the players like of your position, and then watch the practices. So yeah, and then oh yeah, photo shoot, like which is the best part.
That's the best part. Those are sick.
Yeah, photo shoot is
That's
really
a
the
good
best
one.
part.
What was your favorite photo shoot?
I haven't had a favorite one because like these next 3 weeks I'm going to Oklahoma, USC, and then Penn State. So I feel like my USC one is gonna be like the best.
That's gonna be sweet, man.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah, so obviously you got another year of high school football. Do you have kind of a time frame on when you're looking to commit? Obviously knowing you have another year.
Yeah, I don't have like a timetable on when I want to commit, but I definitely want to like probably like before football season or like a little bit like or like during the season. I'm just waiting on a couple colleges that I'm talking to see if they pull the trigger or not.
Yeah. Have you has there been a school that has surprised you? Like maybe you went on a visit and you're like, oh, I'll just try this school out, and you go and it's like, oh, that was insane.
Yeah, actually it was Kansas. Kansas like it's really like a basketball school, but like when I got there like the visit and stuff, it was kind of crazy. So like that really like changed my whole perspective on like the football program.
Lawrence it's a cool place, and they're doing a lot of renovations on their stadium, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I think they're getting like a new facility, like indoor and everything too. So yeah.
That's awesome. So say a team goes out and gets Isaiah McMorris. What kind of guy are they going to get? And what are you going to be bringing to a team that you can get fans excited for?
Yeah, they're gonna be getting like a hard worker. Like I work very hard. I'm coachable. I like to just keep my head down and just work, and then they getting like a good person off the field as well. Then on the field, like an electric player, make plays and put fans in the seats.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
Yeah, so kind of on the Nebraska side, has there been one coach or one coordinator that's really been recruiting you the hardest?
Yeah, the receiver coach, yeah, and then Coach Omar. Oh, well, he's not really a coach, but like, yeah, Omar, he's pretty funny. So I'll be talking to him a lot too. He's on me a lot. Like every time I visit like a school, he like texts me, be like, "Nah, go Big Red." So it's like,
You love
fun.
it.
Yeah,
The Husker guys are pretty active on Twitter. Do you like what they're doing?
yeah. Husker Nation is crazy. Like everything I do, like it could be like with that like with Nebraska or not. Like they just putting like Go Big Red in my comment section and stuff. So that's really like them in Oklahoma's like they have like the best what's it called, fan base. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. So obviously we got a new wide receivers coach this year. We're Husker fans, you know that.
Mhm.
Coach McGuire, he's like what, 23, 24?
Yeah, 24,
20,
25.
24, 25 years old. What was it like kind of talking with him? What kind of guy is he?
Yeah, he's really like I sat down in the meeting with him like on my visit a couple weeks ago. Like he was just telling me like people like think like he like that he's not gonna be a good coach because he's young, but like his dad, what's his dad, Texas Tech, he really just like taught him like all he knows. So I think he's gonna be a great coach, even though he's young. I think he's still gonna be like that old head mentality of like getting into like his players and like really working them.
Absolutely. We love to hear that. What about Coach Rule?
Yeah, I've talked to Coach Rule a couple of times. He's really like the same. He's bringing like a winning mindset to Nebraska, and he wants to get it to like how it was back in the day, which is winning national championships and winning a lot of games.
100%. We love it.
Yeah. So are you on the visit this weekend on the 25th?
I am, but I might be going to Chicago for a 7-on-7 tournament. So I'm still deciding on like what, because I just came from Nebraska about 2 weeks ago, so I might just go to the 7-on-7 tournament.
Okay. Because my next question is, have you talked to Dylan Raiola at all? Have you kind of got any, like, met him, talked with him at all?
Yeah, we actually been texting a couple of times, but I haven't met him in person yet. So I was going. I know he's coming down. What is it, this weekend?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so I probably was going to chop it up with him in person, but we've been texting over text message.
He's a pretty cool dude.
Yeah, he's really cool.
Good. So what are you really looking for in a school in regards to, like, are you going there? Are you wanting to play right away? Are you looking for a place that's really gonna mentor you and coach you to get to where you need to be? What are you looking for in a school?
Yeah, I'm well, obviously I think my skill sets is like I could play right away, but if not, like I want to definitely go to a school that I know I'm going to be developed, and just like cuz like over my 3 to 4 year, I just know I'm going to be like I'm going to come out like a different person than I came in like when I was in high school. So mainly just development is the main part.
Yep, love it.
Yeah, and then obviously getting so many offers, what kind of goes into deciding what schools you're actually going to visit in person? Just because I think you can only go on so many visits?
Yeah, you could go on all the unofficials you want, but you only get 5 officials. So you could take all the unofficials you want.
Okay, so I guess what kind of goes into that? Because you can only take 5 officials. What kind of, like, what do you look for when you actually want to go take an official?
Yeah, I think like the main thing is like if that school is like been recruiting you like hard, like you like that's because since you only get 5, you want to take take a visit that you know that's going to like benefit you, like if you can see like yourself going there. So really just like if you have interest in that school and like if the school like is recruiting you hard back. So yeah, those are the main 2 things.
Yeah, for sure. Who's someone that you really model your game after as far as being a wide receiver?
Yeah, definitely Justice Jefferson and Jamar Chase. Those are my favorite receivers.
Dogs.
Yeah, Tank Dell too. Tank Dell too. He's a dog.
100%. Okay, so obviously March Madness is going on right now. You're a huge basketball guy. Who you got winning?
Oh, well, my bracket is all messed up because
Ours is too.
I think I think I'm gonna go with I don't who's all in it. Who's left?
Oh shoot!
I know
What do we
Bama,
got? We got Bama, Houston are the 1 seeds left.
UCLA.
UCLA. So I want like one who you think's gonna win, and then maybe one dark horse.
I think Bama been beating everybody by a lot, so I think Bama is like a favorite to win, and then Houston. If they get their point guard back, if he's like healthy.
Sasser. Yeah, he
Yeah.
played, but he was still a little gimpy. So if he gets going, they're gonna be a force for sure.
Yeah, he's nice. So I think if they get him,
100%. Well, Isaiah, this has been awesome. Thank you so much for coming on. We wish you luck in your recruitment process. We obviously want you to come to Nebraska, but can't wait to cheer you on wherever you go, man.
Thank you.
You bet. We'll see you later.
See ya.
All right, see you.
All right. Thank you, Isaiah. Great interview. Excited to see where he ends up going. Hopefully Nebraska. I don't know.
Hope
Wouldn't
so.
hate Nebraska.
Wouldn't hate Nebraska. Good pod. Congrats on the roulette spin.
Yeah,
It
I guess.
happens.
Congrats.
Congrats.
Hey, it's gonna build back up.
We're putting it to, a good use. It's going to a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So-
can justify it,
Yeah.
I guess.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Anything else? Don't
Okay.
think
Any
so.
other thoughts?
Okay, no thoughts.
Nope.
How's the mouth feeling?
It's finally calmed down.
Okay.
Took
Good.
about 20-ish, 25 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It was an experience. Can't wait to
Love
watch
it.
it back and actually see myself.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be funny.
It'll be funny.
Yeah.
Hopefully people get a kick out
Shout
of
out Denny.
it. Shout out Denny.
Shout out
Hope
Denny.
you enjoy that.
Yeah,
We'll make a bet next year,
absolutely.
and hopefully Nebraska makes the tournament.
We will.
We'll get some key guys in
Mhm.
here.
We
Yeah.
will.
Did you guys talk about that?
No, we haven't. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah. We'll get on to that in the off season.
All right. This is the Boys Down Bad podcast. I'm Dylan.
Peters.
And Chris.
Have yourselves a top 10 weekend.